I did there, does that. It doesn't work. Be yourself. Just be you. We're gonna like it, some people aren't, but again, it's that whole, say this generation, like everybody wants vulnerability, everybody wants that experience. Yeah. And what? Always had fun playing with colors and playing with, dresses, because that's what I wear, skirts and dresses. And of course, that's coming from, just the way I grew up in my church culture. But I always had those this thing for fashion and dressing. And I remember being very I'm wearing skirts, I'm wearing dresses, this is what I was told to do. I know this is what I have to do, so I have to make it look good. So I would always get dressed up and just make myself feel good and look good. I never had an issue with that, but it was a part of the perfection for me that I could never wear pants. I should never put on shorts. I should never put on any of these things. And I remember, even being in middle school and having phys ed and have to run in gym class, and I wanted to be a part of the volleyball team. I love volleyball and I really wanted to be a part of the team, but I didn't wear shorts, and I was just like, how am I going to do it? And I remember speaking to the coach and just asking her, and she said to me that they have a uniform that I'd have to wear. And I went to my pastor, my late pastor, and he told me that I couldn't wear the uniform. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? This is my opportunity. She wants me on the team. I'm very good. I love, volleyball. And after long talks and stuff, he said, okay, but I could only wear it in gym class. I would have to take it off right away after gym and make sure, I have my skirt on my way home. And I had to write a letter, I remember, to my phys ed teacher to let them know that I couldn't participate in gym because I couldn't wear shorts, I couldn't wear pants, I couldn't wear sweatpants. And I used to sit on the bench. I used to just sit there and watch the other kids, or I would play in my skirts. And I remember wearing kilts and different flowy skirts and jean skirts. I would run around the basketball and play with the other kids in my skirt. And they're like, that's a hazard. You could fall, you could trip, you could this. And I'm just like, well, this is me. Too bad. I'm wearing my skirt and my Reeboks, and you guys are going to say anything to me, And I stood proudly with it. It didn't bother me. I was not, I didn't feel like I wanted to fit in with the crowd. I was very much like, this is who I am. I'm a child of God, and we have to look a certain way. And this is what I'm going to do. So that was very difficult going through those years, though. Looking back now, wow, why didn't I not just wear the shorts? Hello, I would have been so fit today. I'm not fit. If I wore the shorts, I would have been fit, okay? Anyways, but yeah, so I really look back and I'm just like, these were the things that kind of held me to a certain standard. And I just think to myself, what if, it was different? What would have been the outcome of that? But going from that, I, worked in the church and I did so many different things. And I was able to really form, I don't even know what to call it. This thing was created where I was known, Jody. Everyone knew me as the church that I went to. And no matter where I went, people would always recognize me. I used to go to different conventions. I used to go to different services and events around the city that I was well known. And I showed my face. And I would know how, where they were. So even until today, I know so many churches, the locations in the city, because I've traveled with my late pastor and I've really gotten acquainted with the different pastors and bishops of these churches and the members, and I've formed friendships. And sometimes people are like, Jody knows everybody, or everybody knows Jody. Well, it's coming from somewhere. This was my life at one point, that I would go around and just talk to people and meet different people and be active in church events and different organizations. And when I would do that, it would really bring a sense of belonging. I felt like this is a family. I couldn't talk to anyone outside of this church. I couldn't talk to anyone else outside of my denomination. So it was very, as Apostolics, we were very strict as to what we could do and what we couldn't do. And just through building those relationships, I'm so grateful for it, because today I do know of a lot of people, and some people know me, not everyone, but I'm so grateful that that people
are aware of who I am, and that I was able to foster relationships with individuals that has helped me throughout my walk, my faith walk, and even my personal life with God. And those relationships have opened so many doors for me. My mother always told me that God gave me a gift of speaking. And I really believe that he did, because she's like, you can talk all day, and I really can. Like, I don't know where the words come from, but they just come out. And, I realized that I use that gift now to speak, but I would always speak on other people. I would always speak on other people's experiences and who they are, but not really my own life. And I think it was a part of me that was just like, what are they going to think if they know this about me? The way that everyone sees Jody, what if I show them like some other parts? Are they going to respect me the same way? Are they going to see me the same way? And I've had this conversation with a friend, and it's just like, it's the same thing. Like, we're all worried about how will people see us? How will we be portrayed if we tell the true experiences, the lived experiences that we've been through? And I think that's a part of that whole perfection thing. It's like, okay, so you weren't that perfect. So you were struggling like the rest of us. And I think I lived at this point I was at this point in my life where I was just like, I just have to get it together. I have to have it right. And I remember my late apostle would always say to me, Sister Jody, you're the example. You're the example. No matter what happened, when we're at church, when we're out, he would always say to me, you can't do that. You're the example. You can't be like them. You're the example. And I never realized how that thing stuck with me. Like, it stuck with me so much throughout the years. I didn't realize it until recently that I was living up to this expectation of me that was just not feasible. Like, no man is perfect, right? And I realized that the condemnation came because of that. Because whenever I sinned or whenever I fell short, I felt this great condemnation. Like, Jesus was mad at me. I couldn't go to him. He's such a, consuming fire. He's gonna, be upset. And that was just kind of like my understanding of it at the time. But something shifted in me, and something changed when I, experienced death, loss, grief. I've never in my life experienced that before. And I remember just a few years ago, when my pastor, he passed away, and I was with him every step of the way. Jesus, come on. Okay. He was more than just a pastor to me. Oh God, Julie, come on. Okay. He was more than just a pastor to me. He was a really good friend of mine, very close friend of mine. He was a father figure to me. He was my spiritual mentor. And, the reason why I cry is because I have so many memories, and I miss him dearly every day. And as much as he was strict with me, I developed a very good relationship with him where I respected him, his office, who he was as a person. He was so humble and down to earth, very fun. He always used to say to me, when I'm gone, I don't know who's gonna make you laugh the way I make you laugh. Who's gonna call you and make you laugh like this? And days I sit down and I think about it, like, he's right. No one is able to fill that gap. But I remember when he got sick and I was with him in the hospital. It was so heart-wrenching, but I'm the type of person, whatever life throws at me, I jump at it. I just go with it. I roll with it. We'll deal with the emotions later. Just get it done. That's just how I am. And I remember being in the hospital with him and his wife. You know, she was very, very tired just going with him every day. And for months, you know, he was there at a time or weeks at a time. And this one time I said to her, you know what? Go home. You've been doing enough. It's okay. I'll stay.